406 Regen. Just coming out here to look at some timeless fence I had a customer put in on their place. They bought the post from me because I'm a dealer. So I thought I was wanting to get out here quicker. So it's still nice weather, and to be able to show everybody what a good looking fence that this timeless can make. I'll have to get a shot looking the other direction because the sun's coming that way, but it's well worth it. I know the timeless fence is per post a lot more expensive than your standard T-post, but then you don't have the you don't have to worry about no insulators. The deer jumping on it isn't gonna pop off your plastic insulators. If you're farming and you swing too wide, your fence, your boom on your machinery will just kind of push the fence, push it over, the post over, and it'll just pop back up. Chances are, I'm not saying you can't snap one off, but it's like I said, you can really get a good bow in these, and then you let go, and she's right back up to where it's supposed to be. So anyway, and they put this in for cows, so you can only get away with 3 strands, unlike me where I got sheep and I'll be pushing 5 to 7. So, but it just makes a really, really nice looking fence on the post out here. Once you get, if you're like by a gravel road, or you want that nice American dream kind of looking fence, white picket fence, and you want to run electric, these posts are nice white. They also offer brown, I believe, but you can build your whole corners out. They got full fence setups out here. I'm running oil field pipe for my corners. I do believe that they got oil field pipe for their corners that they're putting in. So that adds, that's where our insulators come in. Where we put on the insulators is when you tie off to the metal post. Obviously you gotta have that wire insulated, but yeah, it makes a really nice looking fence. And like I said, if you by the gravel road or in town, you want a horse or something, a nice looking fence will help go a long ways with neighbors. If you don't have the fence held up with pallets and the horses or goats and everything's getting out in their yard all the time, that's where problems come in with animals, is if you can't keep them in where they're supposed to be. But cows, contrary to public belief, and every rancher that's ever gone to the local farm supply store and bought the cheapest charger they can get, and tried to do electric fence one time, cows are simple to keep in. They really are. Here we go. See, this is where you'll come up with your insulators, as you can tell, because you got the more pipe as your age. And that's where the insulators come into play. Or, like he did here, you run your insulated wire around the pipe and you're good to go. Now his charger is actually saying what it was reading on the post over there, but let's see. 8.4. That's a good hot fence. So that would be the ground. Got a little bit of transfer, not very much. And then again, 8.4. And that's another reason we like the timeless fence post, is because if something, you're not going to have a deer jumping on that wire and knocking your wire down against metal, grounding out your fence, you don't have to constantly check your electric fence this way. Oh well, perfect example. They got a few T-posts here that they threw in temporarily. So here's these clips. If a deer, these are the black ones too. These are the ones I hate the most. If a deer comes and jumps on this wire, or even the sun, what these do, well, they're speed right clips. Maybe these are a little bit better. But what they'll do, in general, is a little black piece, this guy right here, it'll rot off. Sun will rot it or whatever, or a deer will come, hit this wire and break it. And then what that wire will do is, because there's nothing on holding it here now, it'll slide off, boom, up against metal T-post. So now you're grounding out your fence, so now your whole fence, because that one spot is junk. And if you don't come watch it, you don't check your fence daily, or at least a couple times a week, your animals will figure out that fence ain't hurting here in a couple of days, and they'll just walk right through it, and then you get all pissed off that, well, my electric fence ain't working. No, it works just fine if everything's right. It takes a little bit to learn electric fence, and I'm no expert by no means, because I am still in the learning phase myself. But when I know it was a pain in the ass when I first started. I couldn't figure out why the sheep were getting out. I couldn't quite get it set up right, and it's a pain in the butt. It really is. This year, Parmach chargers. I will not buy another one. Not a solar one anyway. I had one that was 5 years old, really good. I warranted all 3 of the ones I had to buy this year, and one overcast day, and then they're just flat dead. Matter of fact, they're probably all dead right now. Which is why I had to borrow a fence charger from the neighbors, because those are junk. I moved the sheep and stuff around now, so I gotta get them their charger back. But yeah, they're junk. So they got in this fence here. They still haven't. They got to finish off the hillside over there. They're gonna plant that yet, so he didn't finish that off. But looks like he's also got them running along the hillside there. So it's like I say, it makes for a really nice fence. And yeah, they're more expensive than the steel ones. But if you weigh the cost of having to come and check those clips, or keep pushing your cows in because it ain't working, these posts, they make up for it very quickly. So if you're by a highway and you're running all electric fence and you do the clips and stuff, these fence posts, you get a cow or something goes out on the highway because your system wasn't right. Do you think the little extra cost of these posts compared to metal ones was worth it at that point? You hit a freaking 1,300-pound cow with a car. That money could have gone a long ways to making it so the cows wouldn't get out. And like I said, cows are extremely easy to keep in with electric fence when you got your system up and working right. I've had my cows out back on just a single strand poly wire all summer long. As long as you keep the food in front of them to where they are not lacking for food or water, and they know they get moved, it's no big deal. They know that this fence is a barrier. It is not like your steel and your barbed wire fence. This is not supposed to be necessarily a physical barrier. Electric fence tends to be more on the mental side of things. So, obviously, these cows, they ran quick enough, blow right through it, no problem. They're not gonna do that because they know it hurts, especially if you take a little bit of time to train them before you just put them out here. Or any electric fence, you take a little bit of time to train them to electric, and they know it hurts. They know that mentally they don't want to touch it. So therefore, they're not gonna. You run them out of feed and you force them to graze dirt. Now, mentally, they're gonna, survive. So mentally, they'll be stronger and they'll push through whatever the heck they want to do to get some feed or water. But this is what makes a nice looking fence, for sure. So, and like I said, I wanted to get out here earlier, but been real busy. Still haven't finished up that one job I've been working on all summer long. But the daylight is at the end of the tunnel, and that is coming. So that means I'll be building some of this fence here very shortly, because I still got to get my winter pasture fence put together. So hopefully this wonderful weather, these gorgeous days out here, keep holding up, because yeah, it'd be awfully nice. Anyway, I want to get out here. I want to show you guys how nice a high tensile timeless fence can look out here. And they just threw this in across their fields. These are not meant to be temporary posts, these T-posts. They can be, not meant to be. It was nice. They took the time. They routed it through the holes. And this fence is good to go. So, it really is. But, and like I said, up here they haven't finished it off yet. I'm still probably planting this field here, so they just threw up a temporary polywire, and looks like they threw up a polywire going around this coulee here too. So, but nope, it looks like a grand fence and should be well worth it.